Right, hey everyone, Kloo. So, the two following games are taken from stream, which means that the commentary is a bit on the lighter side, right? But both these games do sort of really exemplify what I've been trying to cook up when it comes to Maxx, and that is the heavy usage of some items, right? So penetration script and boom grenade get a nice big showcase here, and their relevance to Banksy and essentially creating a pressure for your opponent to block them out, because penetration script lasting similarly to something like clan press is quite substantial, and then even the boom grenade, right, having that threatening 4 extra damage, if you can carry that from turn to turn, is just fantastic to me. So yeah, if it's not your cup of tea, fully understand, but if you enjoy, you enjoy. So either we hit them fast and hard, or we just slowly get weighed down. I mean, we would have loved to go first, in all honesty. I have to save the penetration script. The Banksy shuts us down. I lose the hyperdriver, but I have to push damage. What? Sorry, I'm thinking what I'm playing next, not what I'm pitching. So weirdly, it's ditched the Achilles straight away. Which means we're not really gaining value out of the penetration. I suppose I could just Arsenal it. Yeah. Already the block on board. Should probably swap legs. Well, I do like the instant pop instead. I mean, we got like a T-bone early enough. We could screw them up. Double draw T-bone here would be beautiful. They have nothing. There's one. Only. Unless we save it, and then hopefully we can bait them into it. Save the equipment for what comes later. So I do want to zip hit first. That'd be another chest. I mean, technically they're still super tanky, even if we were to get rid of a slot. Well, actually this is just bad, because now there's no way for me to close the chain and then reopen it. Unless they block with legs again. So I Foundry Heart because I need the resources. I don't. And then we hope they block with the legs, because they can. Beautiful. And we call that entrapment. Thanks for the chest. Wonder if that's enough for them to concede. Thank you very much. With our one resource left, I might as well throw penetration script out. I don't have to worry about the cost next turn. Alright, so singularity's off, but they're still super tanky. Ooh, get T-bone straight away too. I guess that's worth it. See if they have another piece to play. Otherwise, 2 gone should definitely do the trick. There we go. I doubt they fall for it twice. I guess we're giving up on the pulse wave. Yes, I definitely want to crank that. I read it. Because the correct thing here is just T-bone into pulse wave, joink their last card. Get damage across. Or stashing the T-bone is also correct. I can also get a counter on the penetration script. So it has to be Teklo. Betray the T-bone. I don't think we'll land it. That covers itself because the one we have. Nice thing is this cuts down a segment of their block. That's quite nice. I mean, I assume they take Fabricate and can re-equip the chest. I feel like I could have baited them with the T-bone. Oh well, I'll take the penetration script. I didn't have to crank that one. Oops. My bad. Alright, first look at damage. Still going to be a rough game. Even with the chest gone. But now it's just about upkeeping the penetration script. Or getting another one into play, that works too. So Data Link should have enough damage that we can eat through their hand. Kind of want to hit a hyperdriver, so I suppose we bottom it. That's my crank for the turn. This is back to 3 to wrench. At least upkeeping 1 is still nice. Good. They shouldn't be able to block Heist or the Wrench at this point. Don't have to crank. Don't have to crank. Yeah, penetration script is beautiful. Once it sticks. A nice, juicy hand. Probably worth giving up the Hyperdriver. There's some block, though, for them. And the Quicken. It should still be just pressure damage. Especially while we have both penetration scripts. As long as we're getting over the top of them, we're happy. Ah, of course it was on top. Another one? Of course not. And denying them playing the Steel Soul is also good. Because Steel Soul is the one that makes them super tanky. We'd also like to draw into a T-Bone. I get the counter, so I might as well save the 0. The next turn, since we can't go as wide. 1 less damage. Watch us draw into a Fast and Furious. That could have saved the other penetration. Should be fine. Rocket first. On top. Yeah! What we like to see. We can keep the penetration script around. Teklo, the Helm. They can block with it. The Pulse Wave also doesn't really matter here, since they give us their hand anyway. But, chain-wise, it does. I was tempted to stash the Pulse Wave then. Yeah, because now the Wrench lands. Right, even if we break the chain, because they only have 2 block. Plus we have Gigawatt. I would have landed a Fast and Furious, which would have been nice. Still an 8. Maintain our +2 to 3. And Arsenal. How many do we have? We have 3. Beautiful. So we haven't boosted, so this doesn't matter. But being able to play everything else is nice. Chess piece. Not the greatest turn to burst them down. Maybe I should have thrown out the penetration script first. Because the hope is I can, Achilles. Play it. Nope. They have. Nothing really mattered. I mean, we wouldn't have been able to go excessively that turn, but yeah. Penetration script putting in the work in terms of our damage. Against Ninja, I'd almost prefer the Drive Break, right? Because it's so good just the first Kadachi that comes out. Maybe it's better than the Heavy Industry. Still take the Achilles for the Arcane. I mean, there's decent times where the action point could salvage a turn for me. Stashing the Pulse Wave. I guess it's send the Data Link even though it gets blocked out. I really want to draw into a Hyperdriver. I might as well send the Sprocket as well, it doesn't matter. Can I go wide enough? Depends how much they block here. Because if I get the wrench damage, I will crank the Hyperdriver. I just block it out, so it doesn't really matter. Really try for the damage? I don't think the damage this early on matters. So I think it's just set up. It'll be formed by the fist pump. Well, fantastic. 1. Take the 2. In this case, take the 5. That's rough, though. What am I not playing? Bias update, I suppose. suppose it's worth. Still have a 2 and a 1 for the next turn, potentially. Oh wait, I broke up the chain. I didn't have to do that. Was he on hit? Did I have to do that? Ah. I forget things sometimes. Do they block? Oh, thank you. I don't have to pitch for it now. Do I overextend like they did? That's the question. I feel like no, I take my profit and I'm okay with it. Definitely still going on the penetration script. One less turn to worry about for that. Still no hyperdriver. I guess we're giving a card. If I hit anything for the heist, blue hyperdriver. I think we cut that out cost-wise. Take the 2. That's a fair call. I mean, it ends their turn. I don't have a without, otherwise I just break a helm. I think that's fine. I think my turn is just a bit more devastating. Because they'd probably just, Arsenal anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Obviously taking the 6 matters, but... Well, yeah, no. Yeah, it's just Arsenal and end. Yeah, there's no downside, other than the big 6 damage. Although Tunic is up next, so that's a bit rough. I think there's a rationale in the order. But not really, unless I can get them to block with equipment before the T-Bone. Fine. I want to land the heist, which means I Foundry Heart first. Then I go T-Bone. Attack reactions. They can still block out the heist, although it's just a hyperdriver, so it's no biggie. I'll do heist next. The 6. So it allows us to wrench and continue with the penetration script. Unless they're letting us aggro. That's interesting. Crank. This one, don't crank. Max one. Yeah. That gets me a resource back. So now I can still wrench. Oh, the blue, so they can't do anything. Then Maxx, Banksy. And I don't have to crank. Beautiful. And the penetration script lingers for another turn, and we know they have Sensor in their arsenal, which is definitely rough, but not horrendous. The Kadachi Sensor would have been bad. I just swing for no, just Sensor for the hell of it. They can't play the name card. What would they even name against us? That's the conundrum, because that could mess us up. I'm kind of just curious to see what they name. I mean, Hyperdriver, Clamp Press. Either of those would be the big item. Well, I am on stream, actually, so... I suppose it could be a Jumpstart. T-Bone. T-Bone to me is just a rational choice anyway. Although it could be because, they're preventing the first Hyperdriver. Take out damage. They want to keep their hand. Which means I do overextend. See if they deny the Banksy. I'll flip back, they should. They'll do it anyway because we have the resource. So it doesn't really matter, right? Because we got that extra steam counter with the penetration script earlier. I definitely want T-Bone first. Kinetic. Can't get to enough pitch. So might as well just play that. And then mid-X first. Well, Matt can stick around for another turn. Maybe the Hyperdriver was correct, but nice big 8 pressuring a card from hand. The question is, do I play the 0 to 60? They're kind of low enough that I'd like to just continue bursting them down. At the same time, just having a hyperdriver. We'll go complete aggro. At 17. Next turn, everything crushes. Maybe. If they still deny this. They do. Alright, so penetration script is a little worse for wear. But we still don't have to worry about mask at this point. It's a very familiar hand. I'm tempted to industry so I don't have to crank the boom. Granted, if they let damage through, then it doesn't really matter. But having that for another turn is nice enough. Hitting the penetration would be nice, although we wouldn't have. And this is just straight damage. Question is, have we done the job of getting them low enough before they start coming back at us in full force? Do I need the extra resource? No. Has to be another block, surely. Alright, so penetration's gone. Fine. So now we have Cloud Press. Ooh. Another sensor. I might as well block it out. Eat the penetration scripts. Would have been nice to get Cloud Press, but still a nice amount of damage we're throwing out. Especially with the risk of the boom grenade. 2/5 is still solid. Into a 4. So even if they deny it like that, now we get the boom grenade for another turn. Granted, our deck is running low, and we're not really transitioning on the HP front. And all it takes is one bad draw for the tempo to reverse. Alright. Show me good stuff. Yeah. That's decent stuff. Yes, it's just the damage. Tempted to gigawatt it. Guess what? Yoink's their full hand. Right? What was it? A 9. So that's 3 cards. They can still deny the wrench. Yeah, I'll do it. Doing a 4. Like, they're at 5, so that still would have been 4. Well, then I still get the wrench for the penetration script. That's kind of understandable. I mean, you concede to Max, though. I get the Teklo. I feel like the Ira game you should have played out, right? I mean, eventually, all your block is not significant, right? Minus some, like Flick-Flack. So generally speaking, you don't get to hold cards enough. Yeah, there we go. Winning with Max. How about that? Anyway, I think we'll leave it there for today. Hope you enjoyed.